It's Wednesday at the ATB Financial Classic, and I'm here with Izzy Beisiegel. And Izzy, you're getting ready to make your debut on the Canadian Tour, and I actually got a little bit of a chill saying that. Are you nervous at all?
Oh, very much so. Yes. Lots of adrenaline, but really looking forward to it. I mean, you can't get those sitting at home.
Now tell us what's been the highlight of the week so far, and maybe who you've played practice rounds and that sort of thing.
I really enjoyed the Pro-Am yesterday. I had a really Pro-Am group, and I was kind of worried about it when I was invited by the sponsor to play in it, because I thought, they're not going to play with a guy who hits it, 300. So, but, obviously I quickly got over that and had a great time, and so that's been a great highlight so far.
Now tell us how the golf course sets up for you. It's 6,700 yards. It plays a little bit longer than that. Actually, it probably plays a little bit shorter under the elevation and that sort of thing. Right. So tell us how it's setting up for you.
Well, there are. I find that there are a lot of puzzles on this course. Actually, off the tee, there are a couple holes that do play long, like 18 and 3 are pretty long par 4s, but it all depends on the wind. And we've had, I played Sunday, yesterday, and today, and there were 3 different courses. So I just feel like it's very strategic, a lot of shot shaping off the tee, and it's going to be a great challenge. I mean, even the rough, like I've learned to take a little bit more medicine. Usually it's not as thick, so I can be a little more aggressive. But so it's just a lot of learning.
Now, speaking of learning, what do you hope to learn out of this whole experience? I know that your main goal is still to be on the LPGA Tour, and you've proven that you've done quite well out there in 2004. But what is the main goal of this sort of let's call it the Canadian Tour experiment, for lack of a better word?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's always just to do my very best. I know it sounds ethereal, but I believe that God determines the results. So I try to do my best out here, out on the Futures Tour, and I would love to go back to the LPGA Tour, and I have a huge dream that maybe one day on the PGA Tour. I know it sounds crazy, but I thought the Canadian Tour was crazy too until it happened. So it's just to keep going forward, as long as that God puts that desire in my heart to keep going, and it's there right now, to keep pushing myself. So I will.
Now, just to talk a little bit, we mentioned how you're nervous. Does your length? I'm not sure. You're longer for most women, but does your length, does that hurt you at all in a particular situation like this?
I think it does. Obviously, it's easier, to hit irons off the tee if you need to, or to be able to get some of the par 5s. But I just think there's challenges either way. Like when it's really windy, for example, and I'm playing shorter courses, like on the Futures Tour, it's really difficult for me because I have to hit 8 and 9 irons low, and I have to, so I have to work more. So for me, I'm kind of a player that's shorter here, so there's a little bit less of that. So it just depends what the conditions are. But I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get more length, of course.
And what about the intimidation factor? When I play and guys I hit it by me, I'm like, I want to hit it by that. But, you're pretty mentally strong that hopefully that wouldn't affect you.
Yeah, well, out here it can't, because I know I've had wrong perspective about that on tour, and I would actually take the wrong shots, and I was kind of immature, growing up through it, and you kind of take the wrong shot just because you have that ego, right? So, but out here, I know it's just not possible for me to outdrive, so I just play my own game.
Now tell us a little bit, you had some health concerns over the last, it's been a while now, and tell us how your bill of health is now.
Right. Well, I'm doing really well, and my thyroid levels have been great till since 2008, I'm sorry. So I'm just really thankful for that. That was, a quick fix. There are a lot worse things in life. I do still have fibromyalgia, so that's just chronic pains that come and go, and so the one thing I've found that helps that is just to keep active, keep training, and keep golfing, and so it's kind of like the perfect job. The job is kind of like a medicine for me. Yeah.
Great. Well, that's good to hear, Izzy, and we wish you nothing but success. And hopefully tomorrow we'll get a lot of people out here in Calgary at Bears Paw Country Club to watch you play. You're going to make history tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much, Scott. I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.